Yes lads, what's going on? Harry here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. We're going to be looking at my recent trade that I made on my Sorare account that kind of shifts my thinking / strategy for this upcoming European season. I felt like I needed to do it. It was a big decision. It could be a massive regret in the next couple of years. We'll have to see. Time will tell, of course. But I wanted to chat about it with you guys, update you, and also see what you guys think of the trade as well. If you do enjoy the video, please do leave it a like. And if you are new around here, please do subscribe. If you're completely new to Sorare and you haven't yet signed up and you are looking to do so, there's a link in the description of this video that will get you one free limited card once you've purchased 5 from the new card auctions over on Sorare. Intro's out the way, guys. Let's get into the video. So I acquired this Sebastian Gonzalez unique card back in January 5th, 2023 for just over 2 ETH. At the time, that was £2,185. And as you can see, since then, I have gone and traded that card away to Basilbot. It was an interesting sort of situation that I felt as though needed to happen for a few reasons. But let's just go back to the reasons why I bought him. So I bought him at that time to prepare for the summer on Sorare. So I bought it in January thinking that, when the Ecuadorian League comes around, I'll have a unique card to play in the summer. At the time, I had a super rare Tani, which is a goalkeeper who's under 23. So I was thinking, you know what? I had good success last year. I'm just showing you guys the rewards I won last summer as far as super rares. So first of all, I finished third in under 23 super rare. 485 points. I won this. Ryoto Arakai for finishing third. I then won the division a couple weeks later. Won an Alan Varela super rare. 467 points this time. And I won a Christian Paredes a couple weeks after that, which was a tier 3. I had a sense of what it was like to win in the Super Rare Under 23 division last summer. So this time around, I thought, let me get my hands on a really tasty Under 23 unique card that I could play in this Super Rare Under 23 lineup. So obviously you can play 1 unique and 4 Super Rares around him. He was going to be sort of my 1 unique midfielder in that lineup. And, buying the card, I was thinking, you know what? This is going to be an absolute, crazy steal. Like a 2 ETH. The scores that he'd sort of shown prior to that, I mean, I know this graph doesn't look incredibly good, but we'll just sort of go down to last season. So this stretch of games was kind of what I was looking at, and I thought, hang on a minute, you got a 46 AA in there, a couple of decisives, 18 AA, 19 AA, 12 AA, 36 AA, some decent AA game alongside some nice DAs as well. I watched him play, I've seen him play in real life before, sort of buying the card, and I was really impressed with what I saw. Really nice left foot, kind of suited the matrix, very attacking midfielder, but likes to tackle, can kind of get the defensive side of the game in terms of, the SO5 matrix. And yeah, it was, I was really excited, and I'm still excited at the fact that, I was able to buy this card. It was my second unique at the time. I have a Zaidu Yusuf unique that I still own. Looking at those scores and pricing in, what he could do next season, I was really, really excited for what he could do for my gallery and for my under 23 Super Red lineup. And then this is kind of where things turned for the worst. So my under 23 Super Red goalkeeper Tani started the season as number 1, but then suddenly lost his place. Gamba, Osaka, the team he played for, were really struggling. So he lost his place in goal, so I didn't have an under 23 Super Red goalie no more, meaning that I couldn't really make use of this Sebastian Gonzalez. I just had nowhere to play him. I just didn't have the depth elsewhere to really warrant playing him. But on top of that, Sebastian Gonzalez last year had a freak situation where he basically went and played for the under-19 Ecuadorian team in some sort of competition for 7 weeks, and then completely missed preseason for his actual team. His club team, and then went to the under 20 World Cup, I believe, which was just not ideal for me as far as coverage and stuff, on Sorare, because the under 20 World Cup wasn't covered. The under 21 Euros was, but the under 20 World Cup wasn't, and he's just struggled to get into the side. He hasn't really had a run of games. There was a little run here where he got a 50 AA this season in a 4-0 win, and then 10 AA in 89 minutes, and then he got a goal off the bench in a 1-1 draw, 71.8 there. But yeah, I've just not really been able to, play the guy, and he hasn't really played enough for me to, warrant playing him. So, I had a decision to make. I had 2 uniques. I've got 37 super rares in my gallery, 60 odd rares at the time. He was basically clogging up my gallery from kind of progressing anywhere, because I can't use him. So I'm not getting any utility out of him. I'm not yielding anything out of him. I'm not winning anything with him. So it just didn't really make sense for me really to kind of keep this card. My focus is super rares and rares and those sort of divisions, and owning a unique that I can't even use just doesn't make sense for me. I can't carry too much dead weight, and that's kind of a thing in Sorare. You don't want to be carrying too many cards, especially when he's your most expensive card on paper. a 2 ETH card is basically my most expensive card. And I just couldn't afford to keep that in the gallery, not rotting away, because, I think he's going to have a good career, and I think he'll end up getting a move elsewhere from the Ecuadorian League. He's very highly rated. He's trained with the Ecuadorian national team, and he's a really good player. We've seen some decent scores from him on the Sorare Matrix. Like, I think he's a great player. And the trade will kind of make more sense when I show it to you. But yeah, I ended up getting rid of him. And this was the trade that I made, right, lads? So I gave away my Sebastian Gonzalez 1 of 1. And Basel gave me 1 ETH, liquid ETH. He gave me a Sebastian Gonzalez super rare card, the 1 of 10. This is the card, 1 of 10. It's beautiful looking. I can get more utility out of the super rare than I can the unique, so it just made sense for me in that sense. And I think Basel didn't want to own the super rare and the unique. I think he just wanted one or the other. And that's where he obviously wanted to acquire the unique. I got a couple of rares. They were just thrown in. So Nathan Saliba, Ogiwara, and Sanusi Ibrahim. They were just for collection purposes. I have a Euro Reds collection rare, and I have a Montreal collection as well. So they were just thrown in for him. But the main sort of piece of this was this Labrovic super rare card that I acquired off him. Currently playing in the Croatian League. He has 1 more year left of under 23 eligibility. Some really nice scores, to be fair, from last season. As you can see, some nice dark green scores is obviously what we like to see from any player in any position on Sorare, I guess, but especially from your goalkeepers, because if you've got a clean sheet in one of your lineups, you are then set up for a nice finish most of the time. But yeah, I was really in need of an under 23 super rare goalie going into this new European season. My Gaten Kook, who I still own as a super rare, he has aged out. He's now 24, so I can't use him in the under 23 super rare division. And I really want to. Like, that's something that, I aspire to do. I did it last year. I had, a relative amount of success. I probably had more success last summer when I had the Super Rare Tani and where I won the Alan Varela and the Arakai Super Rare. But obviously, that wasn't to be this year. I've had more success in the under 23 Rare Pro and the Rare divisions. So I've sort of stepped down this summer in that sense. Maybe won more frequently, but I'm not winning Super Rares. I'm winning Rares, which is fine. But then going into this European season, I really, really wanted to compete in the under 23 super rare division, and you need a goalkeeper to do that. Loads of goalkeepers are aging out right now, and yeah, it's getting really, really tough to sort of get a goalkeeper that's gonna play and to be able to compete in that division. So this was a big part of that trade. I really wanted to get a goalkeeper in to allow me to do that, and I think he's kind of the perfect sort of goalkeeper sort of profile for me to do that. He's been involved in the Croatian national team setups. I think he's like 2nd or 3rd choice. He's got 1 more year of eligibility. And yeah, he's the number 1, and that's kind of all we want. They are in the Conference League as well, Riker, the team he plays for. So yeah, that's also extra utility over the next couple of weeks. But the 1 ETH plus the super rare goalkeeper, which he had him up for sale for like 1.5 ETH for a long time. I think the rare is trading. How much is the rare? So the rare is like 0.35. That was the last public sale of the super rare. I don't really think we have. Yeah, so the super rare hasn't been sold for a long time. The last time it was bought by Pavel, and that was over 3 months ago. He's probably a 1.2 to 1.5 ETH card right now, going into this European season, if we're being completely honest. So, let's say Labrovic is, 1.25 for now, just for argument's sake. Obviously, I got the 1 ETH, so that's, 2.25 as far as value is concerned. And then, obviously, the Sebastian Gonzalez super rare, which, I think Basel paid like £500 for him. It's hard to say what he's going to be worth now. There is new LDU cards. The new season cards are out. If we look at LDU on Sorare now, they do have their new season cards out. So as you can see, Little Seb has a new picture, and they have released, so the rare card is out. The rare is going for around £100. Let's say he's listed for 135. The super rare is probably worth, maybe £400, maybe. So, it's 0.2, say 0.3 ETH. You're looking at like a for me, this is looking like on my side, like 2.5 ETH, really. And then you could argue, I paid 2 ETH for Seb. What's the unique worth? It's obviously hard to say until another one is sort of bought or, auctioned. I think it's a really fair trade on both sides, to be honest. Sebastian fits Basil's gallery way more than it does mine. He has like 30 odd uniques. And, he tries to get those sort of young under 23 players involved in that. There's a lot of upside in that unique Sebastian card. I think he's a great player. And I still have exposure to him, having the super rare. But that under 23 goalkeeper, the Labrovic, was like the main piece what I needed for this, this under 23 upcoming sort of European season. He was vital for me to even consider, being able to use my Zaidu Yusuf unique and, using all the other super rares I have. I needed a super rare under 23 goalkeeper for this new season, and the only way that was going to happen right now was if I was able to get rid of my my Sebastian Gonzalez. And, don't get me wrong, I still have 1 ETH to play with in that sense. I do have a few holes that I need to fill as far as super rare under 23 players. I think forward and midfielder is where I'm probably weakest. My defenders are in like a decent enough position. I'm going to make a whole new video on this and how I'm looking for this upcoming European season as far as how my teams are looking and what kind of profiles I'm looking to bring in. So yeah, look out for that video. But I just want to make this video to kind of keep you aware. And yeah, if you're interested in how these trades go and stuff, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know who you think had the better side of the deal. But ultimately, it all depends on how those new cards fit into that person's gallery. And I think the Sebastian Unique looks great in his gallery, and I think the cards that I've sort of acquired and the ETH it is great for mine. So I think it was beneficial to both of us, like I said, but let me know what you think in the comment section. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Have a great day, have a great game week, and I shall see you guys in the next video.